All right, so I was surfing around New Balance's website. I saw a new model that I was very interested in, and shout out to New Balance for sending this one over. This is the New Balance Numeric 770, which has a kind of an interesting history. Definitely not one that you would expect from the skate side of things, because it actually came as a cross trainer originally, and now many years later, these are back as a skate sneaker for the Numeric line. And can I just say, it's awesome that people are able to go in, dig into the archives from New Balance, and bring back just really obscure pairs of sneakers. In fact, this one took a little bit of digging on what is the actual history on these 770s. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Also, this video is going to be sponsored by New Balance. They don't dictate anything I say in the video, but I truly appreciate the sponsorship from them. It's so fun to be able to have like an organic approach to content where I'm actually able to review some of the stuff that I'm interested in, and they give me a lot of free reign to do that. So thank you to the New Balance team. Thank you guys for watching the videos. And the best way you could support the channel is liking the video. And then if you guys do actually want to buy a pair of these, I will link them in the description of the video. When you guys use those links, it directly supports the channel and the fam when you guys do that. But this is a really crazy looking shoe. I saw this and I was like, bro, these are wild. It looks like a 90s trainer for sure. And then lo and behold, that's actually the theming of what this model is from. Steven Smith, the legendary designer from New Balance, designed the 550s and this 997s. He actually did the midsole on this pair as well. But this is a really crazy looking skateboard model, and I was like very interested in what they were able to create. So I got these, been wearing them a little bit, wanted to give you guys my thoughts. Now the Numeric line from New Balance has just been taken off in my opinion. Like, they have a really cool foundation of sneakers. You have the 480s, you have these guys right here as well, which is one of my favorite ones. Probably my favorite one from New Balance with the Numeric lines is the Andrew Reynolds 933s. These things are so solid. 130 on this one, 135 for some other colorways. The colorways are fire that they have. It's just a super nice wearable pair of sneakers. I'll get more into that in comparison between these in a second. But now we have this crazy pair that is definitely out of the box, different, a little bit unorthodox for a skate shoe. But that's what I love about what the Numeric line has done. The fact that they are able to dig deep in the archives and find a pair of trainers that they want to be able to bring back to the masses and make into a skateboarding shoe, I think is just rad. The fact that they have such a huge Rolodex and so much rich history of models that we may not know anything about, and they can bring them back to us and make us appreciate something that once was. So I did look these up. They did have another model called the 770s. So it was really kind of confusing because their 770s looks like a runner, but the original pair that they're actually using for reference is a different model. It is the CXT 770W. So there is a difference between the 770s, and when you're looking at first glance, it's really hard to find this specific one with the TPU sides and stuff, because that was the standout feature to me, where I was like, the side panels look totally different than a regular pair of New Balance. It almost has like a trail sort of vibe to it. Like there's the trail shoe that they have, the OG one, and then also the fact that they have these TPU, just like the extra lockdown for the training. That was definitely a thing in the 90s that they had on runners. But I love that they brought them back with this numeric form. First of all, the logo on the tongue is awesome. The NM770 looks really cool. And it looks like the full name of this model is actually the NM770 VWX. So the 770 was originally introduced in the early 90s. It was kind of this early research and development phase from New Balance where they were branching out, trying to do some other things, and this one was a cross trainer. The history says that this was adopted quickly though on the tennis court, so it was actually a tennis shoe. Now that they brought this cross trainer back, they really wanted to focus on durability of the model. So one of the things that they mentioned in a Sneaker Freaker article that I found is that the toe cap is actually double layered with a thin slice of TPR for extra shield protection. It also has these molded insoles, which are pretty cool, and they are also featured on the 933s. This adds to the comfort and adds a little bit of extra shock absorption as well. The traction is crazy on this. It does say the XT series New Balance, and then it says non-marking soles, but it's very thick traction, so obviously very good for the grip tape. You also see this molded reinforcement back here for the heel, so it adds a little bit of extra stability back here also. I also like the fact that the tongue is just semi-gusseted, just a nice little detail to have. You don't want the tongue slipping left and right when you're putting them on. It's very easy to get on your feet. And if you look at the upper, I just love all of the details that make this shoe what it is. You have a large panel of suede for the toe box that kind of curves up through and around the heel counter. That same suede is featured prominently on both sides of the shoe, and it swoops down and around the bottom of the tongue. You do have a mesh tongue that's pretty breathable and not overly thick. So normally the skate tongues are a lot thicker, a lot puffier. This is actually quite a thin tongue. And then you do have perforated leather across the toe box of the shoe and then also on the other side of the TPU straps on each side. And the two TPU straps say Numeric on the sides, and then it just helps add to the lockdown of the shoe. You also do have some of that perforated leather on the heel collar of the shoe, and then you do have a New Balance logo on this textured material on the heel. Again, the rubber traction is crazy, and one thing I like is you have rubber traction that goes up the sides, so kick flips and stuff, you're gonna have like lots of extra traction on the sides. I skateboard, but I can't kick flip. My son's asking me to kick flip and stuff. I'm like, not probably gonna happen at my age. But a fun thing is my son actually just learned how to skateboard himself. Like he woke up one day and just says, "Dad, I want to learn how to skateboard." And then I taught him some of the basics so he can pump, and it's pretty awesome. Now, as for the stability of the shoe, how are they? It is pretty good, actually. So you can see it actually tapers in a little bit and kind of molds to the heel and then kind of goes out towards the bottom of the shoe. And I mean, they're fairly narrow, especially in comparison to like the 933s, but it wasn't so narrow that I was like, oh, this is unsteady or anything like that. It's actually a pretty nice overall feel on feet. There is a nice amount of cushioning, even though it's very, very small. You get some shock absorption for sure, but it's not like a huge Mac stack like sort of thing where you get with a lot of the other runners and stuff. It is definitely a lot lower profile, lower to the ground. But overall, I really love the colorway. I also did lace one up in purple. My daughter wanted to see the purple one, and then I did one in black. So I kind of mismatch them, which is something that I like to do anyway for the laces. I did the same thing for the Andrew Reynolds pair as well. Anyways, overall, I think this is a nice pair of sneakers if you're looking for something different. If you're not wanting just the 480s or the 933s, then this is a really, really solid other option. But they have so many other skate pairs that are worth exploring over on their website. I mean, the Numeric line runs pretty deep. So definitely check out the link in the description, take you over to New Balance, and explore all of the skate shoes that they have out there. So the real question is, which one would I rather get? Either of these two, the 480s, like which model would I actually go with? For me, it's pretty simple. I really, really like the 933. As somebody that comes from more of the lifestyle side of things, of the dad vibes, the dad sneaker sort of vibes, I guess. The 933s embody that and encapsulate that in a skate shoe perfectly. Andrew Reynolds did an incredible job on this model. This one is the most expensive one, unfortunately, but it is my favorite looking one. Again, 130, 135, depending on the colorways. The other colorways that they have are fire as well. This is a launch colorway that they did restock. So this one, again, 130 in the description. I think that this might be the perfect skate shoe. Just like to its core, it's also a very, very functional shoe that you can just wear casually. That's a little bit firmer overall, has a nice structure, great feel on feet. It's not that I don't love the 770s though. The 770 I think is a really fancy, fun looking model. And as a product of the 90s, I really feel like this is a great looking throwback model to like that cross trainer vibe. But again, if I was only gonna have one, I like the 933 a little bit better. Luckily, we have a situation where we can get more than that. And I absolutely love what they created with these 770s. Leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about the new 770s though? I think it's so cool that they're able to bring back just another obscure pair. And you know, it's so obscure that it's going to sit on New Balance's website, and some people might go, well, that's kind of crazy. What is that? It's a skate shoe. And then that's kind of like what I did. And then now I created this video for you guys exploring more about it, because I think that the history that they have on this model is rad. And I love that they're able to bring it back in kind of a smaller form with this Numeric line, where it might not do the numbers of like a, you know, a 990 or like a, you know, a 1080 V14 or something like that. But I love the fact that you have options like this. Appreciate New Balance for again sponsoring the content on this channel. And then all of you guys that appreciate the content as well. Can't thank you guys enough. Have a good one. Hopefully see you back on the channel for some more content soon. All right. Peace, guys.